Dreaming of owning a property in a prime location with great proximity and fantastic neighborhood? EJ Investments Sanyang Seaview Estate is the best choice you have been waiting for. Our Sanyang Seaview Estate is approximately 15 minutes drive away from the busy hub of Brusubi roundabout and into the heart of nature, where you can have a peaceful and relaxed lifestyle with your family. You can buy a finished 4-bedroom story with 5-year flexible payment plan or a service plot with 2-year payment plan option. With over 300 homes, you will enjoy big tar roads with covered drainage, modern electrification with solar street lights, gated entrance with security post, and a breath-catching experience of our beautiful sea view and lake view. You can own a home today at our Sanyang Seaview Estate. Call us today on 446-4838 or 325-9220. Visit our website on ejinvestments.net. EJ Investments, first in property.
Actually, a study was done by the by the OECD countries, and what was the finding? That in general, local content is not good for any of the trading regions of the world, and it has proved that it actually hurts both imports and exports, meaning as long as trade is concerned, global trade, there is a net decline. Now, who's doing the research and who's saying so? The people that don't want to see local content be factored from a policy perspective in our rules and regulations as long as developing countries are concerned. So we have to be mindful of the studies that we read and the postulations that come as a result of these studies. We have to be very mindful. I'm not saying there is truth or no truth to it. I'm just saying whatever it is that we read, we have to be mindful. Ladies and gentlemen, on that note, I would want to call on Mr. Mohamed Jagana to please give us his viewpoints on local content and why it is important for Africa.
I was in Abidjan to attend a regional summit. So when you go for the summit, they attach you a driver, hotel. So I told the driver, look, I want to go out and eat local food. He took me to this nice posh restaurant. I said, my friend, look, come. Can you afford to eat here? He said, no. I said, I want to go and eat what the Ivorians would eat. So he was a little bit uncomfortable because my title was the president of the Chamber of Commerce, blah, blah, blah. I said, look, come. So I took out my phone and Googled Achake. So on TripAdvisor, they recommended Cocody Market. I'm not sure how many of you have been to Abidjan, but Cocody Market is the local market. So I told the driver in my French, as my kids would say, Français Chokochaka, est-ce que je vous vois à Cocody Market pour manger Acheke? He was like, pardon, Cocody Market? I said, my friend, forget it. My French is not good, but I want to go to Cocody Market. So we went to Cocody Market, sat down, ordered Acheke and Aloko, nice fish, both of us. It was nice. I said, how was this? He said, it's fantastic. I told him, look, this is what I call local content. Globally, when we talk about local content, people tend to focus on oil and gas, multi-million-dollar investments, multi-billion-dollar projects. But then local content could be looked in the contribution in how indigenous capacity wealth is created. And it cannot be created without a policy framework that would include the small, medium-sized women and youth businesses. Because when we talk about local content, we talk about the oil drilling, the gas, the highway, the major, projects that come into a country. But what about digital economy? How can we frame our policy to make sure that local content would embed youth businesses that are in fashion, education, sports, using technology to sell their products? I have an interesting quote about wealth, and I want to connect it to local content. Wealth is created and carried by ideas and relationships more than transactions. So the idea today is, how do we develop a local content policy that would factor the big investments that are coming in, that would factor the small, medium size, the youth businesses Halimas talked about, making sure that indigenous participation is factored into it. I know some of the policies are a little bit challenging, but I think positions like this would allow us to debate it, to help us reform government's idea of what we need to understand about local content. And I'm glad that the Secretary General is being represented here. It's the highest office in terms of the civil servants to carry our message back to the government. We've seen what Mustafa has done with his projects. Quite a lot of us follow him because of the little young businesses he tried to groom out of his projects. I'm not sure whether I'm allowed to talk about this, but I chat with TAF a lot. And the example I use about local content is Mustafa Jigo. Jigo was started by being subcontracted by TAF. But today, he's also built an enterprise that is good enough to compete internationally and locally and build great projects in Gambia and beyond. So these are the essence we need when we talk about local content. Papa Yusunjai is a local content. But today, he's doing business outside the Gambia and beyond our borders. So when we talk about local content, we need to look at how do we strengthen the capacity of indigenous businesses so that they can compete at an equal playing field. Foreign direct investment is interesting, but then how do we make sure that when that foreign direct investment comes in, a local component or made in the Gambia is factored into it? And by the way, for all of you that are here, the Women Leadership Forum, in partnership with Chamber of Commerce, are going to organize a forum. Is it 29? 29 at Paradise Suites, and they're going to be talking about Made in Gambia. So I look forward to seeing you there, and let's continue the discussion. Thank you. Oh, sorry, it's 28. I'm growing old, so mind that.
I think if you look squarely at the problem that we have in trying to grow local content within this country, I would see at least two major areas where this thing is emanating from. One, I don't know, but it looks to me like it's cultural. A Gambian is very much proud to say that Manyedem Senegal is when you have 10,000 tailors surrounding him or her who are even better competent. Yet still, you do not only go and buy the fabric at a more expensive price, pay fare, take the risk of transportation, you are not even sure whether you are coming back or not. Yet still, you try that more than your colleagues, that is your next door neighbor sitting by you. So for me, it looks very much like culture. People will leave their vegetables in the secondary market, rotting, but they will hire a vehicle, cross to Senegal, and go and buy vegetables to come. So I do feel that some of these things are culture, that we must pride and value that which we have in our own country before we look at what others have outside. And it can be far-fetched. I had the contribution regarding supplying to the tourism sector. You do not necessarily have to have somebody, a supplier in the Gambia, supplying everything that you need regularly. You need to have a chain of suppliers. If Samba cannot supply you today, Kumba would be ready to supply. Fanta would be ready to supply. At least you would have varied sources of your supply to be assured. And I'm sure if we do that, let's say like in the case of eggs, if you depend on only a single source in the Gambia, of course, our wherewithal or the wherewithal of a single individual would not definitely meet your demand. But if you have 4, 5, 6 of them within your supply chain, I'm sure they will, rather than you wait for eggs to come from Holland. That's not going to help our economy in any way. And after all, it's going to increase exchange rate pressure on us. And let me tell you, if we sit as individuals and we wait for government to solve this problem for us, we will sit ad infinitum without the problem being solved. Because governments in Africa are not very much known for solving problems. They are known for telling us what our problems are. And we have had enough of that. We should take deliberate attempts as individuals to work out our problem. And I tell you, from what Mr. Jagana said, that's where the solution lies. I am going to eat that which is made in the Gambia. And for your information, you can hardly find me in hotels, except where you have functions like this one. I don't mind driving my car, stand at somebody selling bahal along the highway. I stand there, buy my bahal, eat and go my way. That's no problem.
I am well known and supported outside Gambia than in my own country. And with what I'm doing, I'm also contributing to the socio-economic of the country. And in March, I met somebody in my home cooking, and she was so inspired on what I'm doing, and she said that she wanted to help me. Now, just a few weeks ago, she brought about 6 men from England to come and help 6 women in the Gambia here. And it was so good that they've already planned to come back in April again. And thanks to GCCI, because I went to Ayub, she gave me a room where we launched the project. And I wrote to Guy, but nobody answered. Nobody replied my letter. But due to my contacts, I contacted Drame, who came and supported me. And I think that the government should be proactive on those things, because I did everything by myself. Thank you.
What I'm about to do is just a contribution. In terms of local content, I listened to Mr. Taff and Mr. Jagana talk about local content. And what I realized, having been in the University of the Gambia, is that most of us are not given the opportunity to actually know about the Gambia business status quo. What we are taught in school is usually international business. And I feel in order to achieve all of this mentioned by the 2 speakers is to inculcate this to our models in the university. Thank you.
Jagana, thank you very much. When you talk about local content, I just want to refer the participants to in 2006, there was a policy document called the Tourism Master Plan document. And in this Tourism Master Plan document, there is a portion that talks about leakage. And at the time the Tourism Master Plan document was formulated, $348 million is equivalent to $12 million was in leakage when it comes to vegetables and other local content that we can produce. But the productivity, that's one, the quality, that's 2, and the regular supply of these food products, like you had a wonderful breakfast at Senegambia, and they need this kind of stuff. They cannot wait for a supplier who would say, oh, I only have about 2 tons of Irish potato, so I will bring the other 2 tons next week. No, you can't do that when you have guests. So I just want to bring to the attention of all Gambians here that we want to invite local investors to come on board, because I think this is a productive sector where this leakage would come inwards rather than outbound. Thank you very much.
Dreaming of owning a property in a prime location with great proximity and fantastic neighborhood? EJ Investments Sanyang Seaview Estate is the best choice you have been waiting for. Our Sanyang Seaview Estate is approximately 15 minutes drive away from the busy hub of Brusubi roundabout and into the heart of nature, where you can have a peaceful and relaxed lifestyle with your family. You can buy a finished 4-bedroom story with 5-year flexible payment plan, or a service plot with 2-year payment plan option. With over 300 homes, you will enjoy big tar roads with covered drainage, modern electrification with solar street lights, gated entrance with security post, and a breath-catching experience of our beautiful sea view and lake view. You can own a home today at our Sanyang Seaview Estate. Call us today on 446-4838 or 325-9220. Visit our website on ejinvestments.net. EJ Investments, first in property.